And, Coach, we are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready. 5'9". 56 is the mic. I'm here all day. Watch twitch. Watch twitch. 5'9".
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Now this throw caught left side. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Clearly, every time the Saints put together a game plan, they plan to get Michael Thomas involved early and often. 125 catches in 2018, the most in the NFL. Not bad for a kid in Pop Warner football that only played the minimum number of plays every game.
Here's Breeze. Gets it to Meredith complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That catch good for 5. It's third down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Breeze now. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And Lutz's kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Garoppolo. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here we go. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll dump this down to Matt Breida. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Garoppolo gives to Breida. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Looks good on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go. Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this run.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Hey, high 7. 44 is Mike. Check. He can't hang. He's not getting 11.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. That one covers 29 yards. First down. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
Hey, check.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On first down, Breeze. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
That's what I'm talking about. Sacks all day, baby. Go ahead and take a seat. You can't stop me. Ready.
Now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
Ready? 5-8, 5-8. Right there, 56. It's our time. It's our time.
Now Breeze on third down. And he finds Clark. And he's taken down inside the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 28.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers. In the last 2 years in Oakland, now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
On first and 10, here's Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Kill. SOS. Check. Back. Recon, 132.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football.
Here we go.
Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a second and 13.
12.
on second down, a run with Breida. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
13. 2.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Here we go.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan, and the Saints will have the football back.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. Fourth down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's got this down to the 35. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun. It's Breeze. Completes this one to Meredith. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Ready. 95, 56. 56. Let's go.
Breeze now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Breeze finding Kamara, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Ready.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
55.
Now Breeze. Again has it complete. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Lutz puts this one through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, a run from Breida. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Come on.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Now it's Breida pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's Breida. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production means they don't want to be in third and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll run it with Coleman. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Right back to Coleman here on first down. 18 yards, first down Niners.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Here we go. 180. I got you. 11.
This is Breida. He's got the first down inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida with another touchdown, number 24 on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half they only... And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. D Ford in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give them 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Breeze now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. But the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Gold is able to put it through. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. And now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw, it's Breeze. He's going to look deep down the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Now Breeze. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense? And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Let's set a tone, fellas.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They run with Breida. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he is going to be brought down at the 3-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one are thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for San Francisco, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's going to all but